This video, I'm going to show you how to create a street watch search for sellers or sphere of influence who you may want to be tracking property sales in the neighborhood just so you can keep them up to date. So I'm going to go into the MLS here and create a contact. I'm going to create a search for myself as if I was the person I was doing this for. So I'm going to click on New. And then to make life easy, I always just use my name. And to track the search, I'm going to do Street Watch and then Mike Hughes test. Now, if you're setting this up for a client, you would have their first name here, of course, and then their last name, but I'll show you why setting it up this way makes sense later on. Click on Save, and now I'm going to set up the search. Click on New Contact Search and then Search, and you can call it Street Watch because that's a specific type of watch. And depending on their neighborhood, you may want to use single family, condos, and multifamilies, or just single families and condos. And I would select all of the status types because you do want to be notified if a place is selling or under agreement in their neighborhood. So plug in the city, and real quickly I'm just going to go to Google Maps. Sometimes this is going to be helpful. And if you put in my address here, for example, it's going to show Upland Road. So we would want to include Upland Road and probably Plimpton, maybe Woodland. And the reason for that is as I'm driving home, I'm typically going to be driving down one or all of those streets. All right, so I'm going to type in Upland, comma Woodland, comma Plimpton. Okay, and that's it. If I do a count, you'll see that 2 show up. I just save the search. You can see searches under this test account, Street Watch. The reason you would use Street Watch is because you may also be helping them with a home search, in which case you would create another search that just said property search or whatever vernacular you'd like to use. Now when we click on the home, I get notified over here, okay? So if I have a search set up for Kenny, for example, it says call if match. For Street Watch, when this pops up, I know that Mike Hughes might have a few properties that I should notify him about. So what I would typically do when this place sells, for example, 14 Upland, I would reach out to Mike Hughes test just to let him know that it sold and maybe what it sold for, or that 19 Upland went under agreement. And when a property is listed for sale, I want to make sure that I notify them right away too. And it's just that easy. You basically have created a street watch, and you can keep your sphere up to date.